Hola, bienvenidos a mi casa. Today is blind tasting day, an exciting day for all of us. Just kidding, I'm nervous. I have a red wine in front of me. I started looking at it, so I gotta go. The red wine with a little bit of a medium concentration. I can see my fingers through the glass as I move it towards the table. Yeah, it's a garnet wine moving out to a ruby rim. Medium plus intensity. It's like day bright. As far as my hearing is concerned, medium plus. They move pretty slowly, meaning high alcohol, sugar content, or oak aging. Those are the three factors that I think about once I look at the legs there. And staining is medium minus. There's no staining on the glass as far as I can tell. I'm gonna move to the nose. Don't want to waste too much time on the visuals. Very pretty. This wine is clean, free of faults. It is fruit forward. There are some like darker cherry fruits, some darker like blackberry fruits, some raspberry, getting like some forest floor. There's kind of like a potting soil element to the wine. A little bit of spice, maybe clove or nutmeg. I'm trying to tell if that's oak or part of the grape varieties compounds. I don't know. I don't think there's any new oak on this wine. This wine is kind of telling me old world because it's not overly alcoholic or overly ripe as far as the fruit is concerned. The fruit to me, it's perfectly ripe right now. There are some kind of desiccated flowers like roses and potpourri notes. It smells like this wine has in development, maybe 3 to 5 years. Seeing some tertiary aromas, perhaps a little bit of mushroom in there as well. On the palate. On the palate, the wine is more tart than on the nose. It's more of like a sour cherry, kind of raspberry thing going on. Still got the florals. The tannins are medium plus. The body is medium. Let's see. The alcohol's pretty balanced. I'm gonna go medium plus on the tannins for sure. It's drying out my palate. Acidity's fresh. It's in balance with the wine. It's a little tough for me, but I lean towards Italy in these situations when the wine is kind of like tart or sour, or has notes of like balsamic, which this wine kind of does. Another close contender could be like Spain for sure. I'm having trouble getting like a single varietal out of this wine. It even looks kind of developed. It's kind of like browning around the rim a tiny bit. As I dive deeper into this wine, a little bit of like dried fig, maybe prune. The nutmeg and clove I still get. Those spices. Some deep like blackberry now, mulberry. I think I'm in the old world here. And this wine is telling me developed. In the old world, Spain has developed wines from Rioja that are subject to barrel aging. In Italy, they have barrel-aged Nebbiolo wines and Chianti or Brunello wines. I can smell that this wine has seen some oak, but not new. I get that by the oxidative quality, like the quality of fruit that you cut open and it's kind of like out on the table and gets oxidized, but not oxidized, but oxidative is the word we like to use. So yeah, the concentration of the wine, it's not, I don't think, concentrated enough to be a Bordeaux blend to me, and it's also a little too tart. Color of the wine, the development, the quality of the fruit, I feel like Spain in this case. If it is Spanish, it's a Reserva Rioja, 5, at least 5 years, maybe 5 to 7 years. Let's call like a 2013 Rioja wine, a Tempranillo based blend. Close second could be like a Nebbiolo from Italy or a Sangiovese from Italy. But yeah, I think I'm comfortable with Rioja for this one. Let's see what we got. I'm excited. Alright, so I went and got the wine. Lo and behold, it is a Rioja. It's from Lopez de Heredia. I was off a couple years. This is a 2010 Crianza, which means 1 year in oak and 1 year in barrel. But Lopez de Heredia does much more than that with their wines. They go above and beyond with their aging. I got the privilege of going down into their cellars, and it's like miles long of just barrels. They have their own cooperage. They make their own barrels. They don't use new oak. They actually season their oak with old wine, and then they use it after it's been seasoned, so you don't get the nuances of new oak. Very well made. One of my favorite wines. This is Viña Cubillo. It's one of their other labels. Their flagship label is the Viña Tondonia, a really famous wine. That one's my favorite. Anyway, it's a Tempranillo based blend. There's Garnacha and Graciano and Mazuelo in the blend, which is Carignan, if you didn't know. Super rad. They have limestone soils, gives energy to the wine, hence the great acidity and aging potential. Beautiful stuff. Use those descriptors to help you blind taste in the future. If you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. We'll drink some wine when this is all over. And I want to give a shout out to the United Sommeliers Foundation. I got a wonderful grant from them, helped me out a lot to get all these wines for these videos. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to drop their link in the description. Anyway, stay safe out there if you're protesting. And yeah, have a great night, y'all.